once you get into a meditative state, I don't know if it's the weightlessness or the feeling of weightlessness or the water, but you kind of lose the human side to you.
They gonna see hate, they gonna see jealousy, they gonna see this type of stuff because that's where their energy at now. A person like me, and so the higher level, I walk through the energy grid. I'm gonna see people, you know what I'm saying, people saying hey, you know what I'm saying, people speaking to you, you know what I'm saying, people smiling, you know what I'm saying, people actually want to see you around now, you know what I'm saying, people actually happy, you know what I'm saying, people, you know what I'm saying, actually show you respect and stuff like that because that's where your energy at, you know what I'm saying.
She my diamond girl, and you know she got what I need.
What I need, what I need, what I need, what I need.
She's my diamond girl, and you know she got what I need.
What I need, what I need, what I need. This for the real good, this cause I'm so hood. If you ain't girlfriend, I wish that you would. Try to act right, be my lady. Let's have this baby, I won't be shady. Let's live a good life, wealth and lavish. Puff some cabbage, pass on the baggage. I'm not your average.
You gotta back up, bro.
I know you remember The Rock.
Yo, OH10 Turk Tech, your boy Chuck, back in the building. I've been gone for a few days. I'm kind of in transition. But today, my son and I went to a float chamber, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I'm still me. We're gonna do some, what are these? Some mini sugar cookies. Apparently they made with distillate. I got sugar cookies and I got cocoa cookies. Might just eat both of them. I don't know. But anyway, so my son and I go to this float chamber. And if you've never been to a float chamber, it's basically a big enclosed bathtub with about a foot of water in it and 1,000 pounds of salt. So when you get in the water, you got to take a shower and all of this good stuff. Then you get into the water, and the water is the same temperature as you. So after you've been in there for a while, you can't really tell where you end and the water begins. You kind of become one with the water. I was speaking to the young lady that worked at the desk at this place. It's called Float Cleveland over in Rocky River. Big shout out to Float Cleveland. They got it going on over there. And you got to excuse me, I'm still kind of in a haze from being in this chamber for an hour. So what I can remember, I get in, and it took me about, they had the lights on. There's lights inside of it. There's a control panel to the right of you. You can turn the lights off or make them change if you move, or you know what I'm saying. They also had music. They had a volume knob there. The music was kind of lame. So I just shut everything off and was in pitch black. So the first 10 minutes or so you spend trying to get comfortable, trying to find a spot because you're almost weightless. So, you know, you do one of these, you do one of these, you do one of these, you do one of these. It must be a struggle to go to be in weightlessness all the time if people actually spend time in weightlessness. So I'm floating in the chamber, salt water, no clothes on, and I start counting my breaths. And I remember taking one deep breath and because you have these earplugs in and your ears are under the water, you can hear everything that goes on with your body. Which I'm going to say this right now because this is one of the things that I probably would have forgot, and I'm forgetting it now. Yeah, we'll get back to it. I'm still, like I said, I'm still in a haze. So yeah, you're in there and you're floating. I'm counting my breaths. You know, I take that deep breath and I can hear what's going on inside my body. Oh, you can, if you get yourself in the right frame of mind, the right consciousness, I was actually controlling my digestion. I could stop it and start it, and stop it again and start it. It was amazing. It was completely amazing. If you haven't done this, you need to try it. When I went in there, I had a couple of aches and pains. They seem to have kind of gone away, you know. There is an extreme, so after you're done wrestling with the physical you, the human you, and you finally get to, you know, whatever position. For me, it was kind of like this. And then I think once I switched to this and I went back to that. Once you get into a meditative state, I don't know if it's the weightlessness or the feeling of weightlessness or the water, but you kind of lose the human side to you. I remember asking myself what I wanted. I remember receiving the answer, but I don't remember what the answer was. I'm just trying to be detailed with this. Because it was completely pitch black in there, I knew when I was opening my eyes and when my eyes were closed. But one of the strangest things, it was the same thing. Whether my eyes were open or my eyes were closed, I was seeing the same things. I saw lights being emitted from my foot area. So if you're laying flat like that, I saw lights on the other end, blue and purple, almost like when you see northern lights, the corona lights. It was kind of like that. I don't even know if I want these. I'm just gonna put those up. Maybe we'll smoke a little something or something. Do something with somebody. I remember, you know, reaching this meditative state, and I started to feel hands, not hands, but fingers, on my ears and my nose and my shoulder. I'm not sure if that was, you know, where my face was sticking out of the water, because all you have is basically this hanging out of the water. I really couldn't tell you what was hanging out of the water and what was submersed in the water because I couldn't see. And like I said, about halfway through, everything merged and I became one with the water. Yeah. The sensation of feeling hands or fingers touching me, I thought maybe would have freaked me out. but it didn't. It didn't at all. I thought it would have. I'm gonna just do my thing here. Thank you also to all of the new subscribers who follow me or subscribe to the channel. I did see in my absence we did gain a few new followers. And that's kind of dope. I'll kind of want to get back to the first thing I have to do is get back to the question I answered, what it was that I wanted. The answer: co-creation and stability, or peacefulness. Not so much stability, I'm already stable, but just peace of mind. I set everything up. Like I said, I'm in transition. So I did set everything up earlier. So at least I would have some kind of familiarity in trying to do this. I didn't realize how hard. This is almost as hard as talking after 1,000 milligram brownie of 1,000 milligram indica brownie taken to the face. The weirdest part about this whole float thing is that 2 nights ago, I'm staying with a buddy of mine until I can sell my house and get into this apartment. But I usually always wake up at the same time every morning, 6, 7 o'clock. Two nights ago, or 2 mornings ago, I thought that I woke up. And when I woke up, there was nobody. It was just the light being me. So you get the field of vision, that oval shaped field of vision, and nobody. I was amongst the stars. I could see them, I could move and interact with them the same way you would interact with a human being, a human here on Earth. The feeling that I got in the float chamber was the identical feeling that I had in, I'm calling it a dream, but it wasn't really a dream because I was actually there the same way that I was in the float chamber. Yeah, I was actually there. So I know this wasn't a dream. I was interacting. I mean, people would call it a lucid dream, but it was more than that. I was actually there, and I say I, my being, the light being that I am, was there. Some years ago, I heard somebody speak briefly on light beings, and I don't remember exactly who it was or the context and what it was, but I do remember how I felt after I heard the term light being. It felt familiar. It felt very familiar. And I remember telling myself, I got to find out what this is about. And I think in the past week, I found out what it was about. My mind is blown. You know, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to go back to regular or normal or whatever the hell that was. Yeah, I don't think there ever was really a normal. Yeah, I think I want to smoke again. Don't think there was ever really any type of normal to me. I don't know. We use that word normal. So loosely, I'm not even really sure if I know what that means anymore. The float chamber was real. I would like to come back maybe tomorrow after I've slept, maybe tomorrow morning, and see if there's anything else. Maybe watch this video and see if there's anything else that I can possibly remember and share with you guys. Originally, when I left there, I went there with my son, and you have your own room. So we couldn't see each other or anything. You go in a room, the room locks, there's a shower, there's, the tub. I think the most memorable part of the whole float chamber was merging with the water, becoming one with the water, or not knowing where I stopped and the water started. Pure being is what you get to experience in this float chamber. And if you're not ready for it, it's probably going to be a little uncomfortable for you. If you're not already used to meditating and drifting off, these are all things that I've done my whole life. It's just now that I'm older, I'm realizing that, this is called meditation. Well, when I was in school, they called it daydreaming. I don't know if I have the same cares now. I'm gonna have to sleep on this and meditate on what happened to me, or what I went through. My boy's cat running around here. It's a cool ass cat. He only got one ear. And then bring you shit to play with it like a dog. But, you know, I always say if animals don't fuck with you, something wrong with you. I don't even know if this is the same anymore. Like I said, videos are going to be a little sporadic for the next few weeks while I'm transitioning into my new crib. But when I do come across some eventful shit, I promise that I'll share. My next trip to Detroit, I promise that I'll share. I'm hoping that Austin Simrell has me out to Toledo to do that video project, you know, just to get a glimpse into his world. I know he's in Las Vegas right now, but yeah, hopefully we'll link up and you'll get to see that as well. You know, maybe I'll take him to float when I go up there. Maybe I'll take my world to him. You know. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you. Turk Tech. Peace.